I see this tall figure making its way through the crowd in my direction, and as soon as it's next to me, I look up and I freeze for a moment. All I can say is, if you recognize any of these young gentlemen on the screen, then you most likely have been on the internet. Congratulations. But on a serious note, if you have any idea who RDC World 1 is, then you most likely have heard of DreamCon. You know, a place where RDC fans alike can come together and experience the joy of anime, video games, waifu body pillows, and even a chance to see some of your favorite content creators. I'm talking Dante, Berlizzi, King Vader, so many dope people. But that also means you know just how hard it is to get a ticket. Let's say you had the opportunity to get a ticket for one of these conventions. What is it worth to you? Really? Me? Just know, if I have to wait in line, then I am first in line, my guy. All I need is a tent, some instant coffee, cup of noodles, and I'm goody. Seeing as I had a chance to get a ticket this year, I was able to go with my girl. Oh, this? Yes, that VIP, my guy! Now, the convention of course was super fun with it being my first one, and all the panels were great. But what I was really excited for was just a chance to maybe, just maybe, see one of my favorite creators. But I knew the chances of running into somebody though were pretty slim. So I knew I had to stay aware of everything that was happening through the DreamCon app on my phone. And luckily for me, I was also making sure to check their Discord. And that's where I read something completely unexpected. They were about to give out tickets to meet one of my all-time favorite creators. So you know, of course your boy made his way around and I got my hands on some tickets and I headed straight to the panel room. Once I got there and we were all in the greeting room, we had to wait a while because the guest was running a little bit late. But while waiting, I noticed myself to get a little bit nervous. You see, personally, I'm not the most outgoing guy, to be honest. And I can't say I'm always a cool guy in a social setting. I'm more like the awkward guy that doesn't speak much because I don't know what to say. I was also starting to realize that I was about to meet one of, if not the most inspirational guy to me. Someone I used to watch for years when I was younger and I looked up to. And it wouldn't be a stretch to say that their influence is the reason why I started making content on my own. And I still had no idea what I was even gonna say. A few minutes later, suddenly a commotion came from outside the room, and following it, walked in
King Vader.
Still unsure of what I was even going to say, I got up and approached him, and I froze, almost embarrassed to say anything. After a moment, I realized that this is my first impression, and I might not get a chance again to ever meet him. So I just spoke out, and I told him about his influence on me as a creator. He smiled back, and we had a short conversation. I can't say I'm really sure what I expected him to be like, but I understood that there was no more reason to be intimidated. He was really kind and cool, and while I'm sure I won't be a memorable person he met that day, meeting him gave me that much more inspiration to keep going. After that experience, honestly, I didn't think my day could get any better. In the meantime, my girl and I formed a line into another event coming up, and while we were in line, I was just chilling going through my phone on Instagram, and that's when I saw one of the YouTube GOATs, Yo808, was pulling up to DreamCon too. Now, if you don't already know or have heard of who Yo808 is, then you've definitely never heard of animated story times, cause this man is the GOAT! Basically, he's a very successful animated storyteller here on YouTube, and quite frankly, kind of the main reason why I believed I could also build my own animated channel. Seeing where Yo-Yo began and where he is now is almost like a beacon of hope shining to all other young animators and artists, and the reason why the select few of you that are here are listening to me right now. Now, I vaguely remember Yo-Yo mentioning that he would be at DreamCon a while back, and I saw his post about 2 hours later, so in the back of my head, I'm just thinking, wow, how dope would it be if I found Yo-Yo around here? And no lie, not even 20 minutes later, I see this tall figure making its way through the crowd in my direction. And as soon as it's next to me, I look up and I freeze for a moment. All I can say is, Yo-Yo. I immediately recognize the half-pink dreads, and as we make eye contact, this man looks down and is towering over me. I knew he was tall, but not only was he a colossal titan, but this man was shredded. Now, you know, I be doing my own little thing at the house. I get my push-ups in. I even got one of those door pull-up bar thingies, you know? And I try to eat fairly good. I feel good. You feel me? I'm not the most athletic or anything, but now I'm an inferior being standing before this mythological warrior of a man. Now, all jokes aside, Yo-Yo actually took a minute to speak to me, and I told him about my channel and my goals to reach his level one day. As soon as he saw my channel, he even said,
"Oh, I've seen this thumbnail before."
And then he subscribed! And you know, maybe him recognizing one of my thumbnails isn't that big of a deal, but to me, knowing that one of my vids was at least recommended to someone like Yo-Yo, it kinda makes me feel like maybe I'm headed in the right direction, you know? And that also means that one of the YouTube GOATs is an OG on my channel. I mean, we're basically homies now, you feel me? But from our conversation, I learned that Yo-Yo really is one of the most genuine and authentic dudes that I've met. He for real spoke to me as another person and not just some fan interaction. At the end of the day, I walked away from having maybe one of the most uplifting and encouraging days I've had in a while. Finally, moral of the story, maybe meeting your heroes isn't too bad of an idea.
Pussy want no argument, bullet them contest. This is not a battle, a war, or conquest. Very fucking rare with the picture, the concept. Them can't take my youth, them fuck with them mindset. Very fucking rare with the picture, the concept. Very fucking rare with the picture, the concept. Very fucking rare with the picture, the concept. Very fucking rare with the picture, the concept, yeah. Pussy want no argument, bullet them contest. This is not a battle, a war, or conquest. Very fucking rare with the picture, the concept.